Hi everybody, this is Sister Omi, and this is the reading for Pisces. Now this new moon in Leo Pisces, this is time to plant a new seed, the new you, your new ideas, or maybe it's an old idea you just haven't taken time to put it in the dirt for it to grow. Now, Pisces, you're a very creative person, and you like to maybe downplay that a little bit. So now it's time to stop downplaying that, because when you downplay it, you allow people to devalue your greatness. So how we're going to use that in this new moon. Now I've already laid out the cards. And the first card I got for you, Pisces, in this new moon in Leo, Leo is the sun. Leo could be associated with ego to a little bit, because Leo's the boss. Is the enslaved prisoner. Now, upright, you're talking about, you look at it, you can see this person is chained. They have their eyes closed. They can't see around them. And their mental communication maybe they're just talking to God, because I'm just bound here. What can I do? I'm alone. Nobody understands and nobody shares my pain. And this kind of represents a person, because of their thoughts, it makes them a prisoner. And at times, high ideals could be singled out. Now, also, this is associated with some of the... Okay, I'll take, for example, Saint Cecilia. She was the patron of musicians. And when she died, all she did was sing. And it was to release her pain. And that's what kind of made her a martyr and a saint. You think about Plato in his writing of the Republic. The 5 people chained or bound in a cave, their only reality was their shadows on the wall. And if someone got free and came back and told them what was going on, they wouldn't believe them, because that wouldn't be their reality. Because your reality is just what you see right here. And so this card is in reverse. So your pain has been released. Now you can look at this in many ways. Maybe you're in a situation, you're not in that situation anymore, to make it simple. And the effects still stay with you, but the chains have been removed. So whether it's physical, moral, spiritual, or mental, you could avail yourself. Ease your tension and forgive. But however, you got to face the reality. It's like the Bible, Luke, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So whoever was persecuting you or doing whatever, you're free now. But you got to forgive them and move on. Which is interesting at this new moon. It's time to move on. Now this first chakra card, this is the 5. This is the throat chakra. And this is about isolation. And you see that they have this fine suit sitting here, right? That's a nice suit. And this guy, he has this suit, but he never wore it. It was like he's always waiting for something to happen. Like, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting? You have everything you need. Now, this chakra relates to the throat, the thyroid, your respiratory. system, if you have cold sinuses, but mainly it's your communication. How you, with your feelings, your thoughts, creativity, speaking up, releasing, breathing, your life force. So I would actually suggest that you do some breathing exercises. Drink, get a lot of herbal teas and citrus fruits. Meditate, chant, maybe write in your journal. Release all these things that you were holding onto that has now been released. All those ideas that you were, when you were bound, that came to mind, now that you have been released, write them down so that maybe you can communicate, so that you can communicate them, or maybe just even see them in a new light of day. But this gentleman here, he had this suit. He always is waiting for something to do. You have everything you need. Now, do you know the difference between isolation and solitude? This is reverse. You're out of isolation. You're out of bondage. Now, maybe you're choosing a little solitude in order to regroup, because we do have a lot of planets now in retrograde, getting ready to move forward at the end of this month. Put on your suit. Now, this last chakra card, dissipating. It's very interesting. Now, let me make sure. Can you see that? Now, this is about realizing you're more than you think you are. A canary, this little pet bird right here, and this lady, they sit around and they always had an idea for this fantastic movie. They spent their whole lives looking at the TV, Pisces dreaming, looking at the TV and not writing their own story. And then they get an opportunity to write a screenplay, and they get some money. And do they decide for the rest of their life, or are they going to sit there and write or critique other people's story, or are they going to write their own story? What are you going to do? Beware of being imprisoned by the story you tell. Do you intend to do what you say? That's a great question. It's about taking action. Now, what happens here is when they get money to write the screenplay, they go on a cruise. And for the rest of their lives, they talk about their great story and exist in a fantasy, not reality. What is going to be your reality? You're not imprisoned anymore. You can put on your fine suit. Hey, you could go on that cruise, but if you're on that cruise, start writing your screenplay. You may be in a position doing something you really don't want, but in your spare time, you're working on your dream, your vision, your reality. Now, this is also, this yellow here is the solar plexus. So this has to do with your stomach, liver, digestion, your mental energy, your willpower, control over yourself versus other, your beliefs. Or do you give yourself constructive criticism, or how do you criticize yourself? It's your thoughts. Now, with this yellow and the solar plexus, now the solar is the sun. So you got to get out in the sun. Get out in the sunshine. Let the sun hit your face. And maybe do some aerobic exercises, to increase your third chakra. Meditation. Do some core strengths, strengthening your foundation, because this is This is the third chakra. And develop a more sensitivity towards others. That sensitivity, because hey, you were enslaved. Maybe somebody pulled the okie doke. You know what was up. But they say you gotta forgive them. And you can come out of isolation and put on your suit and let the world know who you are. Get out in the sun and realize you're more than you think you are. Now, everything is in nature, and this is the laurel tree. There's no crowning glory of achievement without first being victorious over inner conflict. This is the laurel tree. This is victory. You got victory. Hey, you're free. Come out of isolation. Dissipate all that negative. Get out into the sun and know that you are more than you think you are. And be victorious. You have no other choice. Because you are of the Creator. There's no mistakes here. So Pisces, I hope this new moon phase for you is extraordinary. Because I feel like it's going to be. And I want you to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. All is welcome. And this is Sister Omi. Peace.